Creed 3 picks up, I want to say 3 or 4 years in the future from the last story. But when we find Adonis, he's a father, he's a businessman, he is a devoted husband to a working wife. He's all these things that we haven't seen him in the last couple movies. You know, he's completed his journey, he's sort of made it to the top of the mountain, and he's looking for the next challenge, but you know, it's not always that simple for him. And so the fun for our part was, where's that next threat coming from? And typically in those situations, they kind of come from your past. What I think endears him to audiences is, at his core, he's a guy who is passionate, you know? You haven't seen Creed 1. This is a guy who had a career that he worked hard for in finance, and it just didn't fulfill him. And he, I think what made him relatable as a character is he had the guts to say, I want to chase my dream, no matter what that means. And I think that at his core, that is Adonis as a character. He's the guy who, we all have a passion inside of us, something that we wanted to do, something that drove us, something that was a dream of ours. Adonis is the guy whose dream just will not be deferred. And I think that that is him as a character. What he brings to this role is work ethic. And I think something that my brother saw in him when we sort of crafted the story for one is that Mike has this innate ability to make you empathize with him, even if you don't know him. I think on camera, he has a face where when Mike cries, I cry. Even if it's just completely makes no sense, he just has an innocence that he's able to convey, a vulnerability that he's able to convey on top of these other aspects. And I think when you couple that work ethic with that innate ability and his talent that he's spent his whole life mastering, it makes him a phenomenal performer. And he stepped into the role of director on this film, and it was seamless. You know what I mean? This is a guy who can learn choreography, step in the ring with anybody, still act, still check the monitor and say what needs to be fixed, and keep his cool.